Salutations and welcome to the Serpent Holder's Tarot. For those of you that are interested in having better insight on how I do tarot, watch my channel trailers as a playlist. There will be a link at the end screen of this video, so be sure to watch it till the end. Okay, I want to flip out. So, in the Ophiuchus placement, which is the center card, again, if you want to know the details of just how I do the spread, just so you can follow along a little bit better, go ahead and check that video out. I would say watch that before this one. It's attached to my channel, homepage, and yeah, it'll be right up. It'll be a part of a playlist called Serpent Holder's channel trailers, I believe. So, this card is honestly, I mean, this and the Six of Swords are probably the two hardest for me to interpret. Two most difficult for me to interpret. The image is pretty clear. You have a crippled person and what looks to be a woman draped in robes. Both walking in the same direction, one following behind the other. To be honest, I apologize for the delay for those of you who like faster paced content. I'm trying to decide whether I want this to be a zodiac reading or just a general message. In my heart, I feel like I should be speaking to Aries, so I'll probably title this after the zodiac sign Aries. We have the number 5, which is Leo. So we do have some fire energy with this earth energy. But 5, we also, life path 5. This deals with the material realm. This man is crippled, but this isn't like mental disability. This is this person on the left. This isn't let me see if I can. This isn't mental disability. This is material. I mean, everything, for the human, everything is physical, like our bodies and stuff like that, but our bodies are made of matter. This is material disability. This person is probably unable to afford health insurance, kind of thing, like this guy behind the woman, unable to afford health insurance, lacks resources. I wouldn't say the female is too much better off, but she's in better health, in better physical health than this. And we have like the number 5, which is, Leo, which is a fire sign, which is, the physical, which rules the physical realm, the body, and a little bit distinct from matter, made of matter, but distinct from it. And in short, this person isn't popping. Now, the person behind them, but neither is this person. She's not doing too much better. I mean, what's too much? They're both out in the cold. They're both outside. She's not dressed very regally like the Nine of Pentacles, for example, dressed very well. She's not, certainly isn't any card in the major arcana. So Glory, which is ruled by Leo, which, it's absent here. Material glory is absent. Physical glory is lacking too, but hold on one second. So the Ophiuchus placement is the Serpent Holder placement. That's another name for Ophiuchus, a Serpent Holder, the title that is associated with the Serpent Holder. Considered a healer. The serpent is, yes, the devil, but it could also be Cain, the seed of the serpent. Damn, I got gnats in here, so, I don't know how they got in, because I kept the door closed the entire time, but 2 gnats, just very distracting. Fifth house affairs need to be, I wouldn't say they need to be healed. Who is this is the question. Which are you? We have masculine and feminine energy in this card. So this is about you, Aries, but this is also about me. This is about the two of us. There are other people in your life, obviously, but this is about the two of us. So we have now I'll, a little bit, and you can learn more about this on my primary channel, which will also be linked at the end screen if you want to check that out. But I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, which is, I think the medical code for that is F.25 or something like that, F.27. And you could look it up on the internet, just like look up the medical code for schizoaffective disorder. But that's a combination of bipolar and schizophrenia. I've been diagnosed for 6 years at the time of this video. I'm 30 years of age. So at the time of this video. And yeah, that's not, for those of you who know about me, you might think this is me in the card. But it's not. It's, I am disabled, but I'm not physically disabled. Materially disabled. I have my own apartment. I do live on assistance and stuff like that. I was homeless you can find this out on my primary channel. There's a video of me getting my first apartment, which is the same apartment I've been in for 3 years now. I was homeless for 2 years, went through the proper channels to acquire an apartment, got the assistance that I needed. I was helped by a lot of nice people along the way. I don't have a car. It took me until 26. Well, not 26. Yeah, about 26 years old to get my license. We have a really good bus system here out in Springfield, Massachusetts. I never really needed it. The only thing that I mean, it's getting closer to, for what I do, what I went to school for and stuff like that, what I want to do career-wise and stuff like that, or the other facet of my career. it might be needed. Like a vehicle might be needed. I think those watching, you know, who know about what I do and don't have, because I'm very transparent and stuff like that. You know, like one female that I know was like, hurry up. Like she sent me a message and she's just like, hurry up and get a car. And I'm, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, I want one. I definitely want one, but I'm against debt. I'm huge against debt, and it's definitely a material asset that I would like to have. But where I live right now, everyone has a car. Like there's a very small parking lot. There's not much parking. Like all the parking's taken up. So it would make no sense for me to have a car right now because there's nowhere to park it. It's just not in the cards for me. It's not in the stars. It's not where, I mean, eventually it will be. I got my license, you know, and I'm a safe driver. I'm not the world's best driver. I still need to get comfortable with driving. I might even take more lessons again, even though I passed the test. But yeah, hold on. Let me show you. This is my license right here. I got the federal ID, which I'm very happy about. So I think they're all mandatory now. But yeah, that's my license. It's not a state ID. It's a license. But I think you can tell by it says driver license right there where that finger is. So yeah, you know, making progress. The Pentacles are the slowest moving, you know, slowest. Earth is the slowest moving energy, thankfully. Slowest moving energy in the deck, in creation. You know, Earth is supposed to be the most stable and the most stagnant, the most fixed. You could say each of the elements are equally fixed. Well, each of the four, there's technically 8. The 4 kings and queens are equally fixed. I wouldn't argue against that. But the default setting, like the starting point of them, Earth is the most fixed. Earth is the most fixed. And but again, that could be argued and debated that they're equally fixed. So for sake of argument, we'll just say they're equally fixed. But Earth is a solid type of fix, whereas, you know, fire and where liquid is or water is a liquid type of fixed energy. You might think of ice when you think of that, but liquid isn't just limited to water. It's oil, stuff like that. There could be liquids that we haven't discovered yet. I don't want to derail too much, but I don't think I'm derailing. But these two of these pentacles represent you. 2 of these pentacles represent me. Well, somebody else in your life, the other people, and this pentacle right here represents me. Because I'm not the only one on your mind, you know. You've come to this video. I'm not sure what I'll title it, but you've come to this video more than likely to get information for yourself, which is where you're at. But like the position that I fill is that of a consultant. I'm here. This is my pentacle here. So, you know your situation, and you don't need me to how do I say it? Give you proof that I know what's going on in your life, kind of thing. You don't need that. You don't need me to give you proof that I know what's going on in your life. What you need is consultation on what's going on in your life. But I'm not about to start calling people out and saying this is your significant other, so on and so forth. Could be. But there's 8 billion people on the planet and counting. It's very likely that I could shoot with my eyes closed and hit the fact that somebody in your life is materially disabled. I think I'm doing okay for myself. I have no children. I already told you my age. Minimal debt that I can get over in the next 3 or so years. It could be quicker. I don't know. You never know what, I don't know necessarily what could happen. But I'm a very resourceful person. And if there's anything I want to prove to you, it's that. Not only as I'm an existential consultant. That's what I consider myself. I advise on the best use of your free will. I use what I have, for lack of a better way to express that, to, in this case, my resources, my earth energy, to assist your earth energy, to assist your resources. It took me a while to assign this, actually. I used to think, I used to put money with earth, but, because of, the pentacle and stuff like that, coins, but money, especially in modern era, is actually fire. People burn through money. That's don't burn through your money. Or people burn all, there's phrases for that. But money is made from trees, and and paper and stuff like that. So it's the dollar bill, the American dollar bill, and stuff like that. It's in the fire category, and we do have that 5. Now it only goes up to the 10 of Pentacles, and there's a reason for that. Each suit only goes up to 10. It doesn't go to 12 or even 13 for Ophiuchus. 3 of them are cut off from the thing, and has to do with a story that I've been trying for the last 10 years to find on YouTube again. I saw this video one time. That went over not the gifts that were given to the zodiac sign, but kind of like a game that had happened between the zodiac signs. Not a game, but like the beginning of creation, and coming here to Earth. And Aries was the first to get to Earth. And so Aries got like the conquest of the earth and stuff like that. Then Taurus came after and became not the oldest, but the first ruler of the earth, of those, where conquest is one thing, but rulership is another. So, ruling over what you conquer or what is conquered. By the time you got to Leo, the 5th to 5, it was, the second ruler, not the oldest, not the youngest, but the second ruler. It was about the flash. Like Leo had a chance to see what Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer had done before he got there, and kind of went in with a perfected technique on how to live life, on how to govern, and stuff like that. Not necessarily a head start, just a outsider's perspective. Leo was able to observe for a moment and come in with, and improve upon to some degree, or at least go about it in a flary kind of way on what the previous signs before that had arrived had done it. But by the time we get to Capricorn, there's only a few. There's materially, resourcefully, there's nothing left. Like Capricorn got the diamonds and like the underground minerals and stuff like that. Capricorn did the digging to get. Taurus was just surface level earth. Taurus was just, Capricorn is a cardinal zodiac sign. The Knights. There's I'm not sure what your experience is with the tarot, but I'm very strict with how I interpret the tarot. The kings and queens are fixed energy. Those are very specific zodiac signs. It's so the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is Taurus. That's it. It's not Virgo. It's not Capricorn. That's fixed energy. Capricorn is cardinal. Virgo is mutable. The Knight. So the Knight of Pentacles is Capricorn, male and female. The Page of Pentacles is Virgo, male and female. There is I've read that allegedly. I can't find the link. I'm definitely getting better at attaching links to where I find information from and stuff like that, where I come across information. But I read somewhere that the tarot actually is speculated to have been much larger. Maybe not huge, maybe not 100 cards, probably 100 because there's 78. So, but it was suspected to be a lot larger. Some decks include princess and prince, gender and stuff like that. The Page of Pentacles can be seen, like the page of any of the suits can be seen as a commoner or a, not a peasant, but a commoner. Another term for that would be a professional. For a while, the merchant class in society, and even now, everybody's a salesman these days. Everybody's, selling themselves and stuff like that. So a professional is considered, mid-class, so to speak. Whereas the knights or the prince are nobility. And then you have the kings and queen, which is royalty. So, Aries. This is already 21 minutes. These readings can tend to be a little bit long, I'll be honest with you, because I can gain a lot of insight from just one card. But the way my spread works is I place them all out. So I'm not... my advice, Aries, don't be materially shallow. As I was saying, by the time we got to Capricorn, or all the resources had been taken, like Capricorn got the last material thing. When we come to Aquarius, Pisces, and even Ophiuchus wasn't mentioned in this story, but when we come to, I have an assessment on it, but when we come to Aquarius and Pisces, Aquarius essentially got the trademark on everything that was previous to him or her. Aquarius got the trademark on everything. Nobody had thought to trademark the shit that they were taking. They were just kind of holding what they got by power, by sheer power, or not will, because Aquarius is actually will, present or future tense and whatnot. So they were running out. They didn't like Capricorn was running out of resources. Things were dying, withering, and stuff like that. Aquarius not only got the trademark on everything, but like the knowledge to make things last the test of time, to keep it all going. This is why Aquarius is ruled by, or rules the government, or the sector that's associated with Aquarius is the government, is government in and of itself, and that leads to a lot of corruption. But we're not going to get about that. Aquarius. And then Pisces. Pisces is the, as I say in another video, Pisces is the dream, is what Aquarius is supposed to ideally do with all that information, and not get corrupted by his siblings, the other 10 zodiac signs or 11 zodiac signs. Same thing, every zodiac sign is beset by corruption. And what is corruption? Like turning against your own heart. Like if you want to be shallow, be shallow. I say, and not to quote Aleister Crowley, but he said it before I did, before I was born. Do as thou wilt. It's a good phrase, but it comes, you have to say, like, people, it's like looking at a painting and coming away with two different interpretations on the painting, two different ideas on what you see, basically. Like, that phrase can make a lot of people go in a lot of different directions, and it's a chaotic phrase. But with those who have the wisdom, for lack of a better word, the insight, the dare I say the pattern or the order. I don't want to say the order, but yes, the order. to perceive what that phrase is will go in a particular sort of path. Again, there's still going to be a lot of variety there. There's still going to be a lot of different directions, but it's a chaotic phrase to say. It comes with a clause that isn't mentioned in the book, and I didn't read the book, but I can tell you right now it's not mentioned in it. It's where he says, "Do as thou wilt." You have to accept the consequences. If you do as thou wilt, like do as you will, but accept the consequences. You don't really have a choice in the matter. You're gonna get a consequence. You're gonna get an outcome. Every action has a reaction. You're gonna get a reaction for it. So the best advice is to do what you really want. Like do what you, not just what you want, what you like, what you want, what you need, what you desire. What's in your nature? I won't say what's in your nature. What's in your propensity? What's in your heart? And what's in your heart? What's in your body? What's in your spirit? What's in your soul? What is of you? Do what is of you, to whether that be shallowness or whether that be nurturing and generosity and stuff like that. Whether you're male or female. I can tell you that if I'm gonna look at, things do change. Things can change. But the predominant energy on the planet, at least in my city locally, you've got a lot of females that, I would say females are more resourceful than males. Mother Earth, we call it Mother Earth, not Father Earth. Earth is, while there is a masculine side to it, there's masculine energy to it. Its default propensity is likely, I would say, feminine. Is a feminine, Mother Earth, a strong woman. Earth is or a tough woman. I want to say tough. I think of a better word for that. Durable. A durable woman. A durable female energy. Durability is all about earth. Is a word associated with earth. That if I had to attach an element to every word in the dictionary, durability would, the element associated with durability would be earth. And with things like OnlyFans and stuff like that, with desperation, with things like we have 5, which is the number 5, which is all about attraction and stuff like that, which is all about appearance, image. Aries is about the body, but it's about the flashiness of the appearance. It's about what glory, what esteem can be derived from your appearance, from how you look. All my viewers might not be aware of or be able to get their hands on their time of birth to know how this affects your exact house and stuff like that. But for those of you, use your own discernment. For those of you with the information and stuff like that, the more information, I don't think it's necessary, but the more information you have, the more unlocks for you. The more, I want to say more as in people without the information get less. More in the sense that, I need a word, not for more. I need another word, not for more, but for alternative. I don't want to say the more alternatives you get. I just want to say like a verb almost for the more alternation. That's probably not a word in the Oxford Language Dictionary, but the more alternation you get, like that's a state. TION, or as a suffix, represents a state. So, or condition. So, alternation. The alternation, the alternatives you get are distinct from what you would get did you not have the information. So apply it where, fifth house. Because this is the Ophiuchus placement in my spread, that's where the devil is most active. That's where the serpent is most active in your life. But you already know this, even if you're not using these words to describe it, even if you don't believe in the devil and you believe in energy, or if you're atheist, or agnostic, or just scientific. Then it's the image of your resourcefulness that has been, again, you don't need me to tell you what you already know, that's been damaged. What can you do about the situation? What can you do about your situation of your Five of Pentacles situation? You can heal it, whatever that means to you. I would say, because this is not only earth energy placement, but I'm here to give you advice. So I'm here. I don't want to say, I'm not sure if I want to say what you should do or what you need to do. I would say what you should do. But see, again, do you already know that? Do you already know what you should do? I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence. I always assume people have the highest intelligence. Like, I don't baby children or anything like that. Like, I don't like insulting people's intelligence. And I don't like my intelligence insulted either, with people feigning ignorance or feigning lack of information, knowing more than they let on, or acting like they know less than they actually do. I don't like that, because it's like, what are you trying to do? Catch me in a lie or something, or trying to deceive me or something like that? Like, like I just don't like to do that, because don't make me sit here and tell you something you already know. For my females, for my feminine energies, for my females, the time has come for you to be resourceful on your own. You need to get OnlyFans and like your body and stuff like that, and like Instagram and like taking photos and stuff like that looks like a good way, at least from the outside perspective. It looks like a good way to get money, but you have a lot of followers with that, and the majority of those followers are probably male. I could be wrong about that. Comment below if you've bothered to study your following and look at like whether or not a majority of your followers are male or whatnot, opposed to female. I'm sure some females follow, but the true resources of the earth is what Capricorn has. I don't want to say what Capricorn has, but there's a reason why there's the Ten of Pentacles. Now, Now, is the 10 of Pentacles better than the Ace of Pentacles? No. There's a reason why you have the 9 of Pentacles. Like, how do you get to 10 from 9? One more pentacle. Well, how do you get to any number? Adding one more. But you can add 2 and stuff like that. But to get to each other, to get the safest form of transportation numerically or numerologically is by the number 1. Number 1 takes the safest path. Also the riskiest too, but it's never any more riskier or safer than 1 step. If you're jumping 2 steps or 3 steps or 4 steps at a time or 5 steps at a time or any other number, any of the other life path numbers, not up to 9, you're taking huge steps. You're taking huge, and you can't reduce yourself. Like it's without 1, we'd be screwed. Like you can't reduce yourself. 9, you can reduce yourself, but you can only reduce yourself in the intervals of 9 with the power of 9. If you're at 9, if you're like, if you have the energy of 9, if we use the energy of 9, so it goes 9 straight to 18. So the 18 is the moon card in the tarot deck. You go straight from the Hermit to the moon. You go from recluse all the way to the moon. Like, that's a huge leap. I think it's like 265 million miles away or something like that, the moon from Earth. But with 1, you move 1 at a time, 1 step at a time, 1 mile at a time. Even if we move like 1 yard or 1 meter, 1 second, that's just the safest and the riskiest. It's also it's the amount of risk that should be taken. Any more than that, and you're gambling, you're playing big. But sometimes it's safe enough to move big. Sometimes it is safe enough to move with the energy of 9 or 8 or 7 or 6 or 5 or 3 or 2 and stuff like that. But the higher you move, sometimes you need to get somewhere quickly. Sometimes you need to teleport, so to speak. And so you need to jump from 9 to 18, and so you do that with the energy of 9. You don't want to go from 9 to 10 to 11 to 12. That's a little bit too slow. But numbers go on forever. Numbers go on. They don't collapse. It doesn't break. It's a very stable system because of 2 numbers. Well, they don't say 0. They say 0 is not a number, but because of 2, I don't even think they consider 0 an integer. I forget, placeholder. Because of the number 1, it's stable. Because of the number 1, everything is stable. But 5 is a nice number too. 5 is a very stable number too, because from 5 you get to 10, which is a 1 again. You could jump to 10 and stuff like that, but 10 has a 0, and that's creationary energy. 1 is like emergence energy, and emerging to 11, coming out through the portal of 0, 1 coming, like, re-emerging from 0 is very difficult into 11. It's a number of rest. 10 is a number of rest. You have both male and feminine energy in the number 10. It's usually safer to stay at 9 as an individual. As a couple. So for those of you who are single, my advice, the best use of your free will my single females, don't give your resources away, but also don't look to your resources to provide for you. Material stuff, the material stuff is only one suit. I think with the number 5, one of the and I think I'll attach that video to it, but one of the warnings given, or the warning given to Leo, is not to forget that this is God's creation, not yours. While I do believe I'm the Emperor of the Tarot, I can tell you right now, with the current knowledge that I have of myself, I did not create the sun, moon, and stars. Or I didn't create the universe. I can tell you what is of me, what is within me in particular, my spirit, even the design for my body, if not my actual body itself, was here prior to the beginning. Before the beginning of creation. I can tell you that I've been here. Not before, but I've been in waiting. I believe there's a Bible verse that says all souls were created in the beginning. Like all souls that ever would exist were already created. I wasn't released yet. It's this time that I've been basically sitting at the throne of God, so to speak, butt naked, waiting to get launched, and I'm here now, and I'm coming into myself. I'm coming into, I get visions here and there, downloads, if you want to call them that. I'm coming into myself as I age. For my males, there's little hope for you. There's very little hope for you because of what you've become. I don't want to put the filter in good or bad or evil or moral or right or wrong. By the nature of your predecessors, by the nature of majority of who really broke this world and who's made the world the way it is and stuff like that, because of your desires for women, it's not their fault that you're so lustful that you'll pay to see them naked, to see them do sexual things. That's not their fault. That's your own fault. They can profit off of that. There's other ways to profit too. Going to school. I believe women are more in America. Women are more educated than males are. But these institutions were largely created by males, and they're not enough to get them to the higher levels of wealth, because true rich is the word rich. That element, the element associated with the word rich is fire. The element associated with wealth is earth. To get to the wealth, you need to own land. You need to own farms. You need to own mines, like whether that, like mines. And women, at least as of right now, aren't in that field of work yet. But that's because males dominate it. If males weren't around, the fewer males were around to do that work, the more females would need it. The more females would rise to the occasion to do that kind of work. But males, aren't necessarily competing with females for it. They're, God, I need a word for it. I don't want to say bullying, but they're competitive is a lack of word, because what you want is the female. You still want the female. You want her to be your partner. So you're not really competing with her. It's slavery. The Bible says, the curse of woman after eating the fruit and stuff like that was that you will be subservient to the man. For all my biblical people, so I think I break it up into fifths. I'm still assessing it and putting it, like writing it down, but I break it up into fifths as of right now. I'm 1/5 Catholic, 1/5 Baptist, 1/5 spiritual. I mean, this is religion can't exist. I mean, I guess religion, because if you're atheist, I have to look up the definition of religion again. I don't know it off the top of my head, but religion can't really exist without spiritual. So it's all spiritual, but 1/5 Baptist, 1/5 Catholic, 1/5 other, a little bit agnostic. Can the nature of God be known? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. According to the video that I'll link and stuff like that, yes, it can actually. Pisces can understand God. Piscean energy has the gift of understanding God quite well. Aquarius has the gift of loving like God. Now, I believe it was Leo, or no, Cancer. I'll check. Or you guys can, when you look at the video, you'll find out. But one of the signs was given the gift of love, not God's love, but love in general. Aquarius came equipped with God's love, and hence he can't personalize it, meaning it's very hard usually for Aquarius to have romantic relationships. Not impossible, it's happened, but the kind of love, like it pulls, because he can't personalize it. Aquarius has such a godly love that it basically ends up being that people just learn from Aquarius and go find what they're looking for. It kind of reminds me of this movie where this guy is basically like a good luck charm for females, where they sleep with him and then they get married immediately after. It's kind of like that for Aquarius. Like, they don't stick, like, they can't really stick around. They get what they need from Aquarius, and they find, not that Aquarius is used per se, but like they find a deeper sense of love that either Leo or Cancer didn't have initially. Aquarius takes it to another level to open the possibility of creating heaven on earth with that love. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull it. It's a strong energy. We brought it up a lot. I will put it in the Aquarius position. And we're 49 minutes in. I'll try to pace up a little bit. I won't spend this much detail on every single card. I like to spend the most detail on the first card pulled, on the center card. Here, let me flip this like this for now, because if I see the image, I get a flood of information, and it makes it a little bit harder to focus, because I haven't finished dissecting this card for the situation. Ladies, I'm not sure what your investments are, but you got to break free from using your body to be resourceful. Or I won't say you stop using your body to be resourceful. You got to break free from the glory of your body being the only, or the sole method of how you get resourceful, or how you get resources, or how you're resourceful. you want to get involved in more earthly work rather than firework, like modeling and stuff like that. That all, I mean, modeling is actually earth, but a pure form of modeling, like occult modeling, so to speak. Like, you've ever seen that, like, I think it's Divinacci, the drawing of like a man with his arms spread out almost like in like a cross pattern, like the way Jesus was crucified, like his arms out stretched, and his legs, I think, parted as well, and it's a diagram and stuff like that, like that kind of modeling. A diagram, just a mapping of the body, pure modeling. Flamboyant modeling is definitely fire. Runway modeling and stuff like that might be earth too. I'm not sure. Not yet at the time of this current video, but it's either, I can tell you it's either fire or earth. Pornography is definitely fire. Is definitely fire. OnlyFans is fire. It's not necessarily modeling. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Not sensory, not sensual. Those may seem like they fit. Passion, for lack of a better word. It's passionate. Sexual. You could just say sexual, and therefore fire. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck after the Aquarius placement. In the Leo placement, the opposite. I'll get to her in a second. I'll flip that face down too, so it's not distracting. We have two fixed energies and two fixed placements, because these are, for those of you who know the spread, these are the fixed signs around the world. So they're not in their places, they're not in their positions, but we have two out of 4 of the fixed energy. So it's and then 5, the number 5 is also Leo, so technically we have 3 out of 4. I just look at this male and this card, and I'm just so disappointed. I don't really feel that the female is doing the male wrong in this photo by walking away. I'll be honest, I have little mercy for the and as a person who's allegedly mentally disabled, diagnosis and stuff like that. I'll go over the story of how I got diagnosed on my on my primary channel, but like on how I feel about that diagnosis. But I'm not mean. I'm not how do I say it? I don't want to say mean, because that just means intended to convey. I don't intend to convey disdain for the disabled. I just lack sympathy. I believe the disabled are meant to be studied, and they can help us improve our medical capacity, our ability to heal, with this being in the Ophiuchus placement. I think that's their purpose. So people born with physical disabilities, but this isn't about physical disabilities. This is about material disability, resourceful disability, like a resourcefulness disability. I have very little sympathy for that, if any at all, especially for males, because you've been given every opportunity as the quote unquote apex predator of the civilization of the earth to be resourceful, to make it a world where everyone can be resourceful, or have resources. Like males are at the head of that, and because of sin, which is a part of the tarot, the wages of sin is death. So it's not a direct card, but death, it doesn't need to be. Neither is virtue. You have justice there, but neither is virtue, which you might say is the opposite of sin. Because of sin, primarily lust, primarily, what you'll call love by we have a, like the song "I Want to Know What Love Is." We have a definition for love. Look it up. It's affection, at least according to Oxford Language. That might seem lackluster to you and stuff like that. It might diminish what you felt inside about love and stuff like that without knowing the definition. But it's written that way, maybe for some wicked intent, but it's keeping what love actually is, or a better definition, safe. It's keeping love safe. It's affection. And if you can operate with that, and it will grow. I don't want to say it will grow your love, like that should be a goal anyway, but it's affection. That's it. That's all it is. It's affection. I'm not diminishing. To me, that doesn't diminish its worth or its value. Affection is, it's very important. It's very nice. But you can get it from everywhere. There's admiration too, which is different than affection. But seldom I would say, people don't really know how to show affection. It's usually admiration, envy, lust. They usually miss the marker on it. Especially males toward females. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Lilith, the story of Lilith and Adam, they were both created from the dust. They were made the same way. The human that we have now is a combination of man and woman, like having sex and creating one of the other gender. Sometimes there's a hermaphrodite, but like one of the other gender, a form of replication. So that, but prior to that, and this is you won't find this written anywhere on the internet, men on Mars were forged from dust. Martians, they were forged from dust. There was a way of, like, almost like Krypton. If you've seen the Superman movie, Krypton had the skull, and then they would just genetically clone, or like not clone, but like grow human beings. It was like that on Mars. They would grow. It was like that for Venus too. They would grow females and they would grow males, and we just had the ability to have sex and create that way too. But we were on our separate planets because we were very, very different. Ladies, you have to know. Females, you have to learn how to live without males. You really do. Without drawing resources from our validation, from anything from us, including our love, but from our admiration, our lust and stuff like that. you have to find a way to get away from that. You do. You need to get closer to the resources that males have dominated, like, which is like mining companies and farming and logging companies and stuff like that. There's a lot of, I'm noticing on the internet, there's a lot of female bodybuilders, a lot of female working on, their physical capacity and stuff like that. You don't need a huge amount of strength to do that kind of work. But you need to become in charge of those kind of things. Become company owners of resources of the earth. To instead of resources of the wands and stuff like that. Resources of the wands. Wow, we got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck too. I'm just gonna leave him right there. For now. You got to get away from that to make a better world for yourself. Because I can tell you right now, it's exhausting to record. I haven't really, I've heard, some reason like I had to take a break, and stuff like that. I don't think they like to let people see them break a sweat or let them know they're too exhausted or whatnot. Or how much, like the extent, but it's exhausting recording. It really is. It's good that the recording can kind of like, it's like setting energy. It's like fixing energy so that it can continue to work for you. But, even after you've completed it, but it must be exhausting having 600,000 followers, all of them wanting to text you, all of them wanting like sexual photos and stuff like that. Maybe the money makes up for it. I don't know, but I haven't gotten to that point. I'll let you know, if there indeed is a change. I don't believe there's any redemption for males. All I can say is that the deals you've made, the oaths you've sworn, the groups you've joined, the friends you've binded with, enjoy it while it lasts. I don't want to say enjoy it either way. I don't want to say enjoy it either because I don't want to encourage you. Your treatment of females is disgusting. Your lust sickens me. Aries, you're a fire sign. I'm sorry I'm going so hard on you right now because I wasn't really sure if I was going to do a zodiac sign or just a general message. Like zodiac sign messages or just a general message. This is a bit intense for you, Aries. Everybody has an Aries placement. This is designed, if I do a zodiac reading, it's designed for your sun sign. Let me take that back. Sorry. It's designed for wherever you have an Aries placement. And I was going to do lunar videos too. But then I feel like I would have to do Mars and Venus and all that stuff like that. And I'm not sure if I have the capacity to do all that in a month. Creating one for each zodiac sign is already 12 videos. And if I did one a day, that's damn near half the month. So I just don't know if I'd be able to get to them all. So you can't, knowing your Aries placement, but, and if that's only your sun sign, then don't worry. It applies to you. If you only know your sun sign, then it applies to you. If you know your Aries placement in your chart, it can also apply to you as well. I would say it's Earth is the least. No, it's close. Earth and air, there could be, like Earth is the second least most appreciated element. 'Cause it just like the sky, it's always there for you. The ground is always underneath your feet. It's always underneath your feet. You take it for granted. You really do. The sky, the air you breathe, you take that for granted as well. The Illuminati, perhaps even the Freemasons. Do I know the difference between the organizations? I've done a little research on it. I'm not entirely, I believe the Illuminati is more feminine. And the Freemasons is obviously masculine. They only permit males. They do have a female branch and stuff like that. I'm not a part of either organization. I've specified that in another video, but they believe that some of my viewers, or those watching me, believe that I take for granted the words that come out of my mouth, or I take for granted the air that I breathe. Is the spirit of for granting or for grantedness fallen on me? Like, there's more I have to learn. There's more that can be imparted to me. But I am a very grateful person. But the things I have, I'm not sure if I like the source where it came from. People will get a blessing in life, like an apartment. Like I had to... there was a waiting list for Section 8 and stuff like that. There were people who were on the waiting list longer than me, and I got it before they did. I don't know their personal situation. They could have had a criminal record, stuff like that. I talk about this in another video, but I think in the video that's linked at the end screen of this. But as far as I'm concerned, even the Bible says it, like, this world has been handed over to the devil and stuff like that. Like, the Illuminati took something from me. A person that I believe really cares about me still does. I believe that person is a part of, I'll find out soon enough, but I believe that person, at the time of this video, I believe that person is a part of that organization, is in league with that organization, is a servant of that organization, is controlled by that organization, even if not a member. influenced by that organization. And out of lust, maybe affection. Again, if love isn't everything, affection isn't everything. So even if they do love her, they're not good. You know, I mean, they're not good for her. They're not good for the planet. They're, you know, I'm not, you know, so out of affection, love, lust, greed, pride, all the 7 deadly sins, they gave me what I have. They gave me my apartment. They allowed me to get out of homelessness. I did the legwork, but they knew I would. I mean, they knew I would. I mean, if they've assessed me long enough, I'm not going to just sit around. Like, they knew I'd put in the work to get it done. But that shift to like the decision-making process of after I put the work in, like, done my part, the person that makes the decision, definitely Illuminati. And they did it because I think the person that they blackmailed into leaving me, they didn't want me to suffer. They didn't want me to struggle. And where she could help me, she did. And out of respect for her, out of love, out of affection for her, they did it. They gave me, you know, they gave me an apartment, but it doesn't give me back what I lost. It doesn't give me back the person that's gone from me. To me, my deepest held belief is that you're all in the Illuminati. You're all inducted. Maybe not the Freemasons, but definitely the Illuminati. What's the difference between the two organizations? There's so much overlap. I don't know. And, you know, the internet's only going to tell you but so much information. And another way of getting information, you have to know the right questions to ask. So my viewers, I largely believe that all of you, and even if you text in the comments, I'm not a part of the Illuminati, you're full of shit. Like, because I can just see the state of the world, the state of the internet and stuff like that. Like, no, like the way the algorithms, the AI, all that, like, control. No. My own family, I definitely believe is Illuminati. I'm not. Just prior to 2012, the Illuminati was all that was talked about. Like, I don't want to say all that was talked about, but it was a huge fucking thing. A little bit after 2012, I want to say like between 2013, 2018, you had huge, I mean, they've been around forever, but you had huge pyramid schemes emerge. Like, people just, like, credit repairs, pyramid schemes and stuff like that, like a bunch of stuff that disappeared. Then you had a bunch of online gurus, coaches, you've got like apps that claim to be able to make you millions and stuff like that. Like, that shit, it shifted to that. You had increased, you had things like, it went from low-key porn, I don't know, low-key, but it went from like porn sites like YouPorn or whatnot to OnlyFans, where now it's just like, it's not porn, it's not necessarily, it can be, but it's basically, you know, now you got there's just more access to it. They're making it easier. Who knows what's next, but the world's been, you know, it's been sold out, as I said in another video. It took, everybody wanted to join, everybody wanted to get ahead, everybody joins. And My assessment on the matter is because membership is so easy to get, like it's so easy to get in, or it's so easy to get on the road, the path down the Illuminati. It's so easy to be inducted that when you get in and you find out, damn, all my family members are already, because because it's so easy to induct it. I'm not sure what the rules are, but I definitely believe it goes a little something like, you're sworn. It's a secret society. You're sworn to secrecy. You're sworn to see. It's a secret society. You're sworn to secrecy. You can't even tell your own damn kid you're in the Illuminati. They got to find it on their own. They got to come to us on their own. Each and every soul has to come to us on their own. And I want to say us like I'm a part of the group. I'm quoting, but they each soul has to come to us on their own, of their own accord. And when they find out, oh, mom, dad, you're in it too? You're already in it? Yeah, son. Like, yeah, like, you know, like, there's nothing to it. There's ranks. The Masons have degrees, but there's levels to it. Like, you got to put the work in, so to speak. You know, just because you're in, they make you feel special at first. They, you know, stuff like that. And they somehow, but once you're in, you're in. So they got to continue to make people's ever growing. You know, there's a guy named Vincent Fisher, definitely fucking Illuminati. Oh my God. Like one of the things he said, to paraphrase him, he basically said, I had to have more. Like, I'm not satisfied. It's the issue with with the people, like, I'm not satisfied. Are you fucking serious right now? And it has nothing to do with how much he has, or at least displays that he has and stuff like that, or how successful he displays on the internet, how that he's doing, you know, that he is and stuff like that. But it's that spirit, I could tell, was around a bunch of people that I grew up with. That spirit was on a bunch of people that I grew up with. People who would chase it on a dime. You know, like it. I'm not satisfied. I have to have more. I forced myself into a position. I'm quoting. I forced myself into a position where I had to make more. Like, I don't expect, I'm going to do what I can to get my videos out there to profit from it how I can. But you're profiting from being inside the Illuminati. I'm profiting from being outside of the Illuminati. We're using the same platforms. We're using the same, same tools, but we are definitely not of the same, I don't want to say allegiance. That doesn't seem good enough of a word. We're not of the same spirit. We're definitely not the same. Everybody has their own spirit anyway, but we're not. You chose the serpent. I chose Adam. You chose, Eve chose the serpent. Everybody chose again. This has been, numerically, it's slated against Adam. They say Judas betrayed Jesus. No, they all fucking betrayed Jesus. He was crucified because of all of them. Every single one of them were traitors and stuff like that. Jesus was more than willing to go, because who the fuck? He kept true to his character. He kept true to who he was. Who wants to rule over a bunch of people who are already inducted into a secret society that you don't fucking agree with? Who wants to rule over a bunch of people who aren't satisfied? To paraphrase Vincent Fisher. You can find him on Instagram, but not me. I could tell you that. Profit for my own comfort on this planet while I'm here has become my number one priority. not my purpose, but my number one priority as of right now. It's just a priority. My purpose hasn't changed. But it's my number one priority. So I'm going to profit off you mofos as much as I can. Give you insight that the Illuminati, that may sound familiar to what you've learned from the Illuminati or the Masons and stuff like that, from your sororities, fraternities, perhaps, but I haven't seen it anywhere on the internet. So it's either discussed behind closed doors, but I'm not stuck behind closed doors. The information that I have doesn't have to stay stuck behind closed doors. It's also not very useful because you already know these things. You've already been instructed into these things. You've already been initiated, indoctrinated into these things. Which is probably why my videos won't get a lot of traction. People will disagree with me. You might say they always disagree and stuff like that, but no, not really. The disagreements I see happen on other people's channels and stuff like that, that's fake haters. Fake haters are not actually haters. I won't say they're paid, but there's this new, I won't say new, but what's lately been spread around the internet is like, you're doing something right if you have haters, or you're not doing something right if you don't have haters and stuff like that, like hate and stuff like that. So it's become, like, they can't make, in the Illuminati, you sacrifice something. You sacrifice free will. You sacrifice a bit of your free will, your free expression, if not your free will, your free expression. But yeah, your free will, you sacrifice that to get a packaged version of what you could or couldn't have had without joining the organization, without being associated with the organization. Almost an hour and 30 minutes in. King of Swords. I'm an Aquarius. That's me. Queen of Swords. The lover that was taken from me, she was an Aquarius as well. She came out first, then I came out second. King of Pentacles is when she was taken from me, she got with a Taurus. She's no longer with that Taurus as far as I know, but she's had a history with earth signs and fire signs, Leo in particular. When we first got together, her previous boyfriend right before that was a Leo. The Aries in my life, my previous girlfriend before her was an Aries. Aries, all three of these people. Aries, all three of these people. In fact, the Aries even went out. The Aries was friends with the Aquarius and the Leo. I was friends with the Leo. I put that in air quotes because I don't let people get too close to me. But friend, I didn't want malice toward this person or anything like that. But yeah, this goes in the Taurus position. So Aquarius is in the Taurus position. My father's also a Taurus. This reading is about you and me. I don't pick up, if you want me to do a couple counseling reading and stuff like that, then bring your partner and watch this together. It might apply to you both and stuff like that. This is local. For the people out in the internet and stuff like that, my channel is not big at the time of this recording, but for the people out in the world, just in the internet watching this and stuff like that, this is just a sign that what I'm speaking is true. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you want to confess that you're in the Illuminati, you can't confess. So I'm not expecting a confession from you in the comments. You can't confess, and I know you can't confess. You're sworn to fucking secrecy. Knight of Wands, you'll be beaten, you'll be decimated. Decimation. You'll experience decimation. You couldn't do it. They got you shit scared. I was just like, you're bound. You're just bound. You might not even be afraid at this point anymore, but you're just bound by laws, not rules, but laws. Because they can't really strip your free will. They can only just put in consequences for what you know. Like it's just a stack up. It's karma, the accumulation of your previous actions, which determines your fate. Forces outside of your control. You can't change the past, and therefore your previous action has a consequence that has to be lived out, has to be interacted with. And you just don't want to face those consequences. Consequences don't mean, it's just a reaction, it doesn't mean a negative outcome, although it often, I believe in Oxford definition, or the Oxford definition says like an outcome, typically a bad one. It doesn't have to be a bad one. But no, the Bible says don't make a promise, because you can't change the hair on your head. You can't change the color of the hair on your head. Like, you have no control, very little control over your body. It's been locked off to us. You can dye it, but people find a way, around anything and stuff like that. I saw this Rami Rich, her I think her husband or whatever, they made a video, and you can find them on Instagram. But he's like, yo, can we have a threesome? She's like, yeah, we can have a threesome the day you walk on water. And he goes and gets a pack of water bottles and steps on it. And he's like, see, people will find any fucking way to justify something. People will find anything. Obviously it's supposed to be a skit or whatever, but it's just that kind of attitude. I don't find that funny. It's not very funny at all. Because there's truth behind every terrible fucking joke. There's truth behind every joke. There's just, I don't find it funny at all. Ace of Pentacles flipped out. Scorpio position. That's 6 Pentacles in total. Guess you could say 7 with the King of Pentacles, but you can't really take his pentacle. Yeah. I'll be honest, every tarot reading I watch from other people, they're all about me. Every single one of them are about me. They've got the story nailed to a T. And that's because I'm the last one left. I'm the only one not in the Illuminati. Their children are initiated. I'm just the only one not in the Illuminati. I'm the last one left. So I'm just talking. I'm not, I'm not preaching to the choir by any means. I'm preaching to know-it-alls, but I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to a bunch of people who are not left, like who there's nothing left. I'm making these videos for normalcy, because I'm drawn to the occult. I'm drawn to the tarot. I'm drawn to these things. Four of Wands. This helps me understand as much. This, you know, this helps me comprehend just how alone I truly am. And that could be, you know, a lot of people are afraid to be alone. They say, you know, God, it says in the Bible, God saw that Adam was lonely. No, the fuck he wasn't. Like, I mean, again, I believe the Bible was heavily edited and stuff like that. The story, like, people are afraid to be alone. I'm not. I want my significant other back. Don't get me wrong. I want to get her free from whatever corrupt, you know, from the Illuminati, from whatever blackmail they have on her. I do. I love her very much. I care about her very much. There's no but there. I just feel beauty. There, I think my job is to just make y'all feel miserable, to be completely honest with you, members of the Illuminati, for the decisions that you've made. The rest of us will find happiness in misery. Like, you know, Illuminati. It's not out of spite or anything like that. It's not to lecture you. Pisces, the gift that Pisces got from God was to collect sorrow. Well, to understand God, but the responsibility was to collect the sorrows of the world. My moon is in Pisces. Yeah, you... sorrow, misery, kind of the same thing. Not necessarily synonyms of each other, but in sorrow, you guys can't manifest. And that's to my benefit. If you're in sorrow, the sorrow that you try not to feel with your drugs, with your incessant amount of sex, with your addiction, you know, what you're craving for money. And again, I'm after profit too. My number one priority is profit, but the way you guys went about it, excuse me. I see this offer, this Ace of Pentacles, in the Scorpio position, which is the spiritual realm. Scorpio, the king of the spiritual realm and stuff like that. Also the king of drugs and narcotics. But I don't want to join. I don't want to join. I don't want to be a part of the Illuminati. I don't really want to merge with society and stuff like that. I'm going to, you know, my sun sign Aquarius, I've worked a lot on my placement as an Aquarius, a sun sign Aquarius and stuff like that. No. You took something from me. You took my counterpart, my Empress. We're the King, Queen of Swords. We're the Emperors of the Age of Aquarius. The Emperor and Empress of the Age of Aquarius. You took something from me. Aries, you participated in this. And it's too late. It's too late to to correct what you've done, to change, to... I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody's help. I get a, now, is the system helping me right now? Like, like taxpayer dollars are paid, like the Section 8 program. Yes, I'm getting help. Food stamps, I get food stamps. That's helping me too. To which I'm grateful. But my gratitude is not my allegiance. It's not going to change. It's not going to change anything. No matter how much help you give me and stuff like that, no matter what you do for me, it's not going to change the way this story goes. I will do what I can for you to make your lives better, but like on Earth. I will do it like while you're here, while you're alive. But the Illuminati's already pretty much promised you the same thing. They're already doing that for you. Some people are just less talented than others. Some people don't have the umph of it because it's saturated. They promised you more if they could get everybody into the organization. But as so long as I live, they will never have the final cornerstone. They will never have... The Illuminati will never complete the portal. They will never complete the archway. They will never complete it. It will never finish. And my partner, Queen of Swords, was supposed to be there with me to help me through that, but I can do it alone. There's a reason why I won't say the only, but in the major arcana, one of 3 cards show... there's more that show other people, like the Judgment card and stuff like that. But basically, the Emperor and the Empress are in separate cards for a reason. Everybody's in a separate card for their own reason, because you can do this alone. Especially with the fact that God allowed the zodiac signs and to trade their gifts. So this is how the natal chart was born, so to speak. Like, this is how we all ended up having different zodiac signs within us, or different different aspects in our chart. God allowed us to trade because the mission will still get completed one way or another. It can be done. It can be soloed. It can completely be soloed. Jesus Christ did it. Jesus Christ soloed, and he didn't have to die. He really didn't have to die. I wasn't there, but I've gotten visions, and the reality of the matter is, if anybody had actually been with him, there's no way if I had been there that I would have allowed him to get crucified. I would have died trying. There's no way I would have allowed them to crucify him. It doesn't matter what he said. You have free will. Like, you can choose. Like, fuck you, Jesus, is basically what I would have... No, fuck that. I might not have said fuck you, but I would have said fuck that, because, like, no, I'm not letting him kill you. You're a good person. Like, that's just not going to happen. But everybody was already in on it. Everybody was a part of the Illuminati. Everybody was a part of the secret societies. In my condition on the internet, it says that most people with schizoaffective disorder or schizophrenia believe in that the Illuminati's after them or something like that. Go fucking figure that's there. I didn't write the article. It's on the internet. Anybody could have wrote that shit. I'm saying like any like random blowjo, but they obviously know what signs to look for to demonize. But I mean, I don't really care. Like, who is there left to demonize except for yourself? Like, they know a schizophrenic person, so to speak, quote unquote, is gonna look up. Rather, the Illuminati victims that get diagnosed with schizophrenia are going to look up what the fuck this symptom is, like what the fuck this whole condition is in the first place. They're going to want answers. And it just so happens that the diagnosis they give their victims, or the people that won't join, or the people that, I don't want to say won't join, because everybody's a part of it. Everybody's a part of the Illuminati now, including the people, like, there's, like, I saw other people with the same diagnosis as me when I was in the mental hospital that were just outlandish. I could tell they were fucking faking. Like they were fucking faking. Like, and it's the same thing with your fake haters. People were like, oh, I got haters in the comments and stuff like that. Like with your fake haters that the Illuminati gives you just to make it seem like you have publicity. I don't want to say seem like you have publicity, because you do have publicity. It's just orchestrated. It's artificial publicity, man-made publicity. It's not, or it's maybe you could even still consider it organic, but it's arranged. It's deliberate, crafted. Yeah, crafted might be a good word for it. They spend so much time making reality seem real when it can do it on its own. But again, everybody wants, I mean, come on now, TikTok, really? Like, everybody wants instant gratification. The attention, they want to blame it on COVID-19 for people's attention span being low. No. Like, no, people, it's the I'm not satisfied, like, mentality that people are, what do I, like, people are, they need it. Instant gratification. They need it. I like convenience, but convenience isn't necessarily instant gratification. My Chinese zodiac sign, which I'll be getting into more and stuff like that. I want to do videos for the Chinese zodiac sign because that's another aspect into it too. That's a very important aspect because it's ruled by your year. Or it governs your year, or it's determined by your year of birth. I'm the pig. You look at the story, none know sensuality better than the pig. The snake is my direct enemy. The snake and the pig don't like each other. The snake, is pretty much the 7 deadly sins. It mimics the pig, but encourages you to gorge and stuff like that. The pig understands moderation too, like control over sensuality and stuff like that. So, yeah. I mean, Hobson made a song about the Illuminati. He's a part of it too. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I've already specified that everybody's a part of it, but like, I mean, I met with a person who did Reiki on me, and I wasn't really sure what to make of Reiki before I met him and another person. I met another person before him who was much younger than he was, closer to my age. At the time, I was like 26 or something like that, or 20. I was like 24, and at the first time I had Reiki done on me while I was in the hospital by one of the staff, I felt a little something, but I was like, okay, like it opened me to like, okay, this guy can do something. But I've also felt something from somebody else who I don't necessarily think was performing Reiki on me. I think it was like dark magic or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, you're a fucking sorcerer. Like I can detect magic. I'm not a fucking muggle. Like I can detect when magic is being used. Like, okay, like so you're like, and I can detect like you primarily use this on females to seduce them. Like, you're not fooling anybody. Because I felt like the second time it happened, I had to stop him because I didn't feel comfortable. He was only touching my arms, but like, I had to stop him because I didn't feel comfortable with a male making me feel the sensation that I was feeling. It felt less like healing and more like seduction, like magical seduction. That's what it felt like. And I'm not attracted to males or anything like that. I wasn't like romantically attracted to him or anything like that. But it, and then another time I was in the hospital. One of the staff was talking to me, and I don't know what made him feel comfortable to do this, but we were standing in the hallway. There were people in the booth. There were people around us in the booth, but they were having their own conversations, not really paying attention. I was about to mix that up. But he basically, I was showing him my notes. I was talking to him, like, they give you a notebook to write in the hospital. I was showing him my notes, and he was rubbing it with his thumb like this. He started to rub it with his thumb like this, and his speech got slower and heavier. I can't remember exactly what he asked me, but it wasn't the question that tricked, but like, it almost made me feel like I was sleepy. Like it made me, but like it was again another seduction kind of feel. Like I was being drugged. I hadn't taken any drugs yet, or like any medication or anything like that. But like I was being drugged. And it took me. I don't like to force things. I let like energy flow and stuff like that. But I was like, hell no, this feels homosexual as a motherfucker. So I pushed. Normally I don't push against something. I let it flow. And I just try to let it flow, and I let it negate. I don't push against it, but I had to push because I'm tired of magic that I don't completely understand getting that far inside of me. Like it makes no fucking sense that I don't have better resistance and stuff like that yet. So there's definitely a better way to resist than the way that I did, but because that can break you, and you don't not just break you. You don't necessarily gather all the information you can from it to grow stronger from it. You grow the strongest by letting it flow through you, while also avoiding whatever outcome it's trying to promote you to do or influence you to do. And I was unable to do that as successfully as I would have liked. So the Magician. Capricorn placement and the moon at the bottom. Yeah, power, the first major arcana to show up, two major arcana. We mentioned 18 earlier in the beginning of the video about jumping from 9 to 18. I was going over the numerology and stuff like that. We talked about the number 1, how that's the safest number. Yeah, I'm manifesting right now. I believe, even though I believe that you're chilled, like everyone has to come to the Illuminati on their own. I believe they ramped things up. Like, I believe people, especially my generation, people born in the 1990s, they just started inducting their children almost fucking immediately. Like, just bring, basically, their children started coming quicker. Like, there's something different about the the babies that have been born recently. Something different about them, their eyes and stuff like that. Very, the product of people who have sold their souls. some say the Emperor is Aries energy. I disagree. It's Cancer. Cancer is red too. The crab, it's red. It's the fourth house. I go in order with the major arcana. So Aries is the magician. The magician has a sword. Aries is the warrior. Like, I mean, you could say a warrior is a type of magician. In World of Warcraft, you have a bunch of different classes, and the mage is its own class, but everybody uses mana or some sort of resource. Everything is pretty much magic and stuff like that. Like, warriors use rage, but like that's just physical magic. So you have spiritual magic, so to speak, physical magic, material magic, conceptual magic, or mental magic. Oh, I was just about to say the Conqueror. The magician is the Conqueror. He's not. Chariot came out too. What is that? It's Virgo. I was going to mention it, so I'll just put that in the Aries position. Actually, that's the Aries position. So it goes Capricorn, Cancer at the bottom, Aries to the left, and then Libra to the right. So yeah, I'm cutting a bloody path to the truth. Just getting this all on recording. It's there. You know, my videos before this was 3 years ago. I had to graduate school. I wanted to graduate school. I didn't have the energy to do the tarot and school at the same time. And I still got other things that my education isn't done yet, but I've got time right now to do this, so I'm doing it. I had a lot more videos, but I deleted all of them. Not in a rush. It's all inside, it's all within me. It's not going anywhere because I live it. I don't need to memorize it. I don't like memorizing. Memorizing is unhealthy. I live it. Knowing something by heart is different than memorization. Memory is different than memorizing. Remembering something is different than memorizing. So memorizing is like forcing, and I don't like that. It's unhealthy for the brain. It hurts, and anything that hurts is not good. They say working out and stuff like that, like physical, listen, 200 pounds falling on you, like you're rarely in a situation where you gotta lift that much weight. So the argument of like it makes you stronger, like body, like it's insignificant. Like the amount of work you put in to be able to lift 250 pounds or 300 pounds or 500 pounds or 400 pounds, insignificant, because realistically, like you can't lift 1,000 pounds. I think this guy who got close, but you can't lift 5,000 pounds. It's gonna kill you. Whatever it is, it's gonna kill you. So it's insignificant. You can't get that strong. So it doesn't really fucking matter. You might do it for like the physique because you like the way it looks and stuff like that. Okay, but in reality, a sword is gonna go through you just as fucking easy. This is why we have armor and stuff like that. But a sword is just going to go right through you just as easy. Right through your flesh just as easy. So, there's a reason why we have weapon. There's a reason why we have the King of Swords. You know, because a bunch of muscle bound people would think that they're invincible if we didn't. And they're not. They would think they're above the law, and they're not. I also recently got a gym membership, so I'll be doing some exercising and stuff like that, but I'm not looking to beef up. I'm just looking to make sure I can pass a certain set of physical exams. You know, I don't believe in gorging myself and bulking up and stuff like that. You know, eating massive amounts of food to build muscle. I'll find out on my own, but I sincerely doubt that if I work at doing push-ups and stuff like that and I don't increase my calories, it's not like I'm not going to be able to do more push-ups. So like if I could only start off by doing like 25 push-ups, if I continue to work at those push-ups, even if I don't increase my calorie intake, I'm going to be able to do 50 push-ups eventually. Even if I never increase my calorie intake, I'm going to get stronger. I don't need to eat the food to make my muscles regrow. My muscles can't, like, I don't need to massively consume more calories to make my muscles grow. I'll eat something, but like at the end of the day, like my body will be able to make do with what I put in, you know, with what little I put into it. So, as long as I'm not starving myself, and, you know, and even then, like, you know, even if I did starve myself, and I probably wouldn't have the energy to work out and stuff like that. But in that downtime, my body would restore itself still. That's why it's tired, because it still has the energy to restore itself. And, you know, and you're not putting in more energy into it and stuff like that. So it's using its own source of energy rather than an external energy source. It's using an internal energy source. So, yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, let me think about this before I say it. They used you, Taurus, to take from me, and this is for Aries. But the Aries was taken from me too, or at least incentivized to betray me. But she was quite truthful with me, at least to some extent. Aries, you knew. Aries, you know. Like, you know what was done to me. I don't know how much you know, but I would wager it's all. So I kind of do know what you know. I don't want to pull that one. Nope. Didn't feel right. This one. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. That's 15 Pentacles, the Devil. 16 if you count, yeah, like 16 if you count the King of Pentacles. This is the Tower. I'm doing this without threats. I detect a threat here, a little bit of a threat toward me. I could make a threat too. I think we're both equally equipped to carry out our threats. I don't want to work any harder than I have to, and you don't want to lose any quicker than you need to. I don't want to, the Tower, I don't want to lose my apartment, which is a tower. I don't want to lose my apartment. And you don't want to lose your resources over the world. You don't want to lose what you've gained in the world, but you're going to. I'm not going to lose my apartment, but you're going to lose your resources. You're going to lose your hold on the world. King of Pentacles. Again, this is not just for the sun sign Aries. Like, this is for people who have a placement in Aries, you know, or who are looking for their, you know, to see information about their Aries placement wherever it is in their chart. So this, I could be speaking to a Taurus too, you know, like looking at their Aries placement, a cross watcher if you want to call them that. Feel like quoting Zod. That is what you have taken from me. My moon. The moon is the Empress, the celestial version of the Empress. The sun is the celestial version of the Emperor. The moon is connecting both the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords in the Leo placement and the Taurus placement. King of Pentacles is in the Aquarius placement. Aries, as the Magician, is in the Capricorn placement. In Vedic astrology, I'm a Capricorn. The World card. As much as, you know, it's there, it came up, but I'm not going to place it down. But shit, I should, because it's going in Pisces, so I am actually. The Pisces placement right here. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going to come of this. I'm going to do what I can to make money from this. Best believe. I mean, except for Magician and the Five of Pentacles, which is a little bit of fire energy. It's still Earth, though. It's Pentacle. Earth and fire, so like magma. Magician is the only fire energy there. Yeah, it's the only fire energy there. The resources. You can't stop me from getting to the resources. This tarot thing that I'm doing, this existential consultation stuff, this is for the sake of sanity, of gifts that I have that I'm compelled to do. But I don't care if it takes me 10 years. A seventh of the life expectancy, approximately. No small number. You can only do that 7 times. You know, there's 7 days in the week. You can only do that 7 times. I have 7 dice right here. You can only do that 7 times, so you can burn that out real quick. The first 10 years of your life goes by, you know, on almost like, it goes by, not I'll say quick, but it goes by very, it's practically given to you. Some people die very young, you know, some children get diagnosed with cancer and stuff like that, but like early on, some people die young, but the first 10 years are practically given to you. The next 20, you know, are for people who make extraordinary deals, you know, or whatever and stuff like that with extraordinary, you know, sacrifices and talents or whatnot, die around that time too. People who are just clout chasing, feel like they got something to prove, criminals and stuff like that, they, you know, they die around that time too. So it's a little risky. But if you make it to 30, you're usually fucking good. Like if you're usually good. Jesus died at 33. So this, you know, there's milestones that I've been wanting to cross, and I'm nearing the first one right now. I want to make sure that I live longer than Jesus did. So I got 3 more years. I forgot what card that was, but I don't know what to tell you, Aries. I don't want to, like, I'm not seeing redemption in the cards. I'm seeing consequence, of course. This King of Pentacles makes me sick. My father's a King of Pentacles and stuff like that, but the only person I have love here for is the Queen of Swords. That's my divine counterpart. And yeah, the world. So the world card. So the King of Pentacles is in the Aquarius placement. Queen of Swords, Aquarius, is also in the Leo placement. Right, the four corners of the center card. The world card showed up in Pisces placement. At the corner of the world card is Leo. King of Pentacles is in the Leo placement. Someone whole time is trying to take my place. I could tell they want to take my place. I could tell that love is fake. I don't trust the word you say. How you wanna click up after your mistakes? Temptation is a fucking Eve. My previous significant other, my Aquarius significant other, her name is Evelyn Eve. Temptation is a bitch. Just because numbers, 10 of Pentacles, numbers overwhelms, can be overwhelming. Not to the one. Not to the one. But to every other number, yeah. To someone, I mean, nah, I wouldn't say. That's why, I mean, I met another life path. I mean, my sister's a life path 1 too, but temptation's a bitch. My queen, my empress, was tempted. By who? Maybe not you, Aries, but you were complacent. You knew. Could have told me. Could have confessed. Could have sought me out. Could have told the truth. Could have spilled the beans on the secret society. You could have done it. You just didn't. Because you have nothing to gain in this. The male, especially the male, you have nothing to gain in this. The females don't really have anything to gain from me either. But you have nothing to gain in this. Neither one, male or female, you have nothing to gain in this. For helping me, you have nothing to gain by helping me. There's nothing you have to gain from subscribe. It's not going to make you live any longer. It's not going to give you access to this. Call that what you will. So for those of you who recognize the symbol, it's not going to give you. This isn't the Emperor with the Ankh, but I don't like the Ankh. I don't like that symbol. That symbol. Supposed to represent eternal life, but it looks like a fucking noose around the neck. It reminds me, you know, I guess of the hangman, but like it looks like a noose. I don't like it at all. It's not going to give you access. It's not going to increase your lifespan. You're still going to wither. You're still going to wrinkle. You're not sticking around. I'm not about to tell you finances are coming in, stuff like that. The Illuminati already promised you all that crap. I'm not going to tell you, you know, like... I can tell you, in the very unlikely event that you do walk away from this despicable organization, ladies, Aries is feminine energy. The oldest and first fire sign is Sagittarius. Not the ruler, but the oldest and first fire sign is Sagittarius. The youngest fire sign is Aries, and that's female. The ovaries, stuff like that. Symbol, you know, Aries females, you'll probably make the first step. If you want to walk, I mean, what does walking away from the Illuminati look like? Especially when we're 30 years in and you could have done it before I lost my significant other, before I lost my partner. We're 30 years in. I'm not sure what to believe that comes out of your mouth. You know, do I want a confession? No, because I could be wrong. You know, I'm not ruling out paranoia. I don't think I'm paranoid, but like I'm not ruling out that I could be wrong, but I doubt it. It's very unlikely. I don't want to force anybody to say they're in the Illuminati. Like, oh yeah, okay, Marcus, I'm in the Illuminati, when you're actually not. I'm not looking for the Illuminati secrets. I'm not, you know, that's not my agenda. What is my agenda for you? For myself, but for you. Like, what do I want? I want the 10 of Pentacles. I'm happy at the 9. No, I'm happy at the Ace with 1 pentacle. I make sure not to accumulate too much. I wear 1 gold chain and I won't wear any more chains. Like, I won't put multiple chains on my neck. I keep everything at the Ace. I'm never giving up my goddamn Ace. I'm never changing my Ace. Altering my Ace. I want all 4 10s. No, sorry, let me correct that. How do I say that? I do want all 4 10s, but like there are 2 negative 10s and there are 2 positive 10s. The 2 negative 10s are the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The 2 positive 10s are the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. You're supposed to avoid the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands and accumulate the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. So I want 2 10s, really. But I want, in reality, I want all 4 10s in the sense that I want to be able to avoid I want the skill to avoid the 10 of Swords. I want the strength to, or the health, I should say, the vitality to avoid the 10 of Wands, which is sexual burden, a body count that's too fucking high, sexual experience that's too fucking high that basically causes you to wither and wrinkle. My body count, including kissing, just kissing, like kissing and nothing more, including kissing, because kissing is a form of sex. You can get an STD from it. It's a form of fucking sex. is 42. I'm 30. It's 12. It's 43. Sorry. It's 13 higher than me. Like, that's a person a year. I got to catch up. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm not really, you know, when I started young. When my first kiss was with somebody that was other than my parents, was in first grade. So, and then I kissed my parents, both of them, on the mouth, when I was a kid. So, like, they count too. So it all adds up. It all adds up. I definitely believe I'll be able to catch up. That's not a problem. Thankfully, I learned within a time frame, 10, 13 years. That's a seventh of my goddamn life, you know, or of the life expectancy, I should say. I got to catch up for my own health. But what do I want? Like I said, I want the four tens. But how can you give that to me is the question. As a viewer, I'm not seeing... except for the moon. This is the only water energy we have. And then the world card with Scorpio a little bit there. But... subscribe, but that's already at the end of the video. But subscribing isn't paying me, but it will get me there. It'll get me to be able to create a membership and stuff like that. So you can do that, maybe. Or is the Illuminati going to stop you from doing that too? Like hate. Hate. Oh my God, like hate. You expect me to pin this on hate? That you would not subscribe because you hate or dislike what I'm doing, or you don't agree with what I'm doing? Bullshit. You won't do it because you're a part of the Illuminati. It's that simple. You're a part of a secret society. You won't do it because you know what happens if I get the resources to get my Empress back, to get my Queen of Swords, my divine counterpart. While information can be derived from the tarot, this story isn't about everybody. The tarot isn't about everybody. It's about two very specific people, Adam and Eve. The rightful, you know, like more so about Adam. I don't want to say more so, but like more so about the rightful ruler of this planet. This isn't everybody's love story. This is my love story. It's not just about love. Love plays a huge thing. I mean, because I do have great affection for the Queen of Swords. But this is why you came in between us. We know this. We both know this. You won't subscribe because if I have the resources to get her back, that's what's going to happen. I would never force her to be with me, and there's still the issue of her being a part of the Illuminati and stuff like that, and just having a lifestyle that is secret and that I know nothing about. With the moon card and secrecies and stuff like that, and but I can dismantle everything around her. I can dismantle the system that gave her power. That's not to take from her. Again, before I met her, I was never an ally of the Illuminati or the Freemasons. This was always going to be a thing. I didn't meet her until high school. The Illuminati was mentioned, at least to my knowledge, like in my sphere, in my section of the world, when I was in 8th grade, so it could have gotten to her quicker. We did talk about the Illuminati. She brought the conversation up, actually. A lot of earth energy here. Slowest I don't move on. I move like how that's terrible. I mean, every person I've ever told I love them, that's female, I still love. My affection, have I let go of my, like, I don't say have I let go of my affection. I have affection for them. There's no but there. I spent time, every breakup that happened to me, and I was usually broken up with, every breakup that happened to me, even the one, like, I spent time in the past, not reflect, but like doing what I could to make sure what went wrong was addressed, was corrected, was made right. I don't move on until I've completed what was of the past, until that project is finished. And Aries, it said that you're not supposed to do that. You're only supposed to plant you're supposed to plant a seed, to only plant seeds, basically, and not stick around to see those seeds grow. You're just supposed to continuously plant more seeds. But you can't half-ass plant the seed. You have to actually plant the seed. You got to make sure every seed is completely planted. You don't stick around to see them grow, but you have to make sure every seed is completely planted. So you still have to. There's still some follow through that needs to occur. You're not meant for the phase of growth, like watching it grow, but you are there to make sure that the planting process has a beginning and an end, and you have to be there for it. Yeah, so but ever since the zodiac signs traded gifts and responsibilities, you got to do a little bit of everything, but in different areas of your natal chart. Five again. Sagittarius, the Hierophant. King of Cups. Aubrey, if you're watching, hello. Still trapped with the Scorpio, the King of Cups. I don't want to say trapped. It's a choice that you made, but like Eight of Swords. I'm not going to pull the Eight of Swords, but I did drop the King of Cups because I like seeing the kings out here. I like seeing the players out here. It lets me know who I'm working with. King of Pentacles, King of Swords, that's me. Queen of Swords, that's Evelyn. King of Cups, and that's Geo. For my global community, Scorpios make me sick. My grandfather was pretty cool, but he was a Scorpio. He died early on. Scorpios and Scorpio males in particular. Scorpio female did me pretty bad too, but King of Pentacles and the King of Cups I dislike the most. Scorpio and Taurus. Followed by, damn, it's almost tied for Aquarius and Leo. It's almost tied. Definitely Hierophant, definitely, secret society organization. The fifth card, the Vatican. My abuela doesn't believe in the tarot. Well, she thinks it's not of God. She says only God knows the future. I don't agree. I believe he gave, the gift of prediction. You can do it. Do I believe, and how well you do it, I guess it depends on how connected you are and stuff like that. But I don't believe the tarot was entirely meant for telling the future. What I like to say is I make sure my viewers are presently informed of all information that's going on in the present, so that they can influence realistically the present, but for future outcomes. I was just talking to that Reiki master actually, and all there really is the present, is what he says. The future and the past don't really exist. It's just a memory and stuff like that, or a conception. All you have is the present. And if you were to go to the future, that just becomes your present. So all there is, all there is the present. That's all you can operate in. But the future, it does exist. It's a concept that exists. The future, the concept of the future exists. That's a real concept, and you can contemplate that concept, and you do that in the present. You can make a plan and in the present and set a series of events in motion, like hitting dominoes, right? If you set the dominoes up just right, and you hit the first domino, that all the dominoes are going to fall in the future. That's going to happen. It's going to happen in the present, but that's going to happen. So you can set up a set of events or a set of circumstances to create a certain set of consequences, hence prediction, hence being able to see the future, to an extent. But you might not be able to see every variable or not even just every variable. You might not be able to see every part of the equation. It might not just be written out linearly for you. It's like an equation that's written three-dimensionally, you know, so there's things behind you that you have to turn around to see. And if you're not looking everywhere, you can't look at with only two eyes. You can't look at it all at once. So, you know, you just might not have all the components of the equation, and therefore you might not see everything, and your results might be altered. The future, you might not see that I kick the domino before all of them fall and only half of them fall. So, you know, you didn't foresee that. So basically, I'm pretty sure you didn't foresee me using that as an example. So that changes the outcome and stuff like that. So, you know, but it's possible to do predictions and to be correct. So I don't agree with my abuela there, but for those of you wondering, that, I mean, you already know because you're in the Illuminati. I've done some digging. They're probably all lying to me anyway, but I've done some digging, and I'm first generation into all this. Like, so it doesn't run in my family. They're very religious. They're very, you know, they believe in Jesus. They believe in, you know, God and stuff like that, the Bible, but they're not, you know, so they're spiritual, but there's no one that practices the tarot in my family on either side. So I'm still doing digging to find out where it comes from, because I'm mixed with different racial backgrounds. So we'll see. But I'm called to it nonetheless. Three of Wands. And this is the last card. About to end it here, but oh, at the bottom of the deck, the King of Wands. All four kings are here, if I'm correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all four kings are here. You got the King of Wands. I'm not pulling him because I already pulled the Three of Wands, but King of Wands came at the bottom of the deck right after the Three of Wands, and I didn't want to pull the Three of Wands, but there's no guarantee that I would have pulled the King of Wands too, because I kept shuffling. But you got the King of Wands here, got the King of Cups, got the King of Swords, and you got the King of Pentacles. This is my first video in 3 years. Well, second video. I did a trailer video just before this one, like a day or two ago. But I just started making videos again in 3 years after a 3-year hiatus. Yeah, all four kings. First reading that I've ever done that, you know, first consultation that I've ever done that has all four kings out. I'm spot on. Oh, he went here. I'm spot on. But what does that tell me? Like, I mean, I'll say, what does that tell me? Like, what does that do for me when you're all in the Illuminati? What does that really do? I don't want to convert you. Why did the algorithm show you my video? What, you know, like, what are you... So you have to make things look normal. I gotta get some sort of view. Especially because I'm going to use Google ads to advertise my video. I'm going to get some kind of view. Put money into it and stuff like that. I'm tired of being friendly. It's in my nature as the King of Swords to cut shit out, to execute. Execution. I'm social. I'll talk to you till the end of time. I'm in no rush. So the King of Wands is impatient, but you know, Three of Wands, and this is like the suit of Wands is one of two negative suits. The other negative suit is the swords. Positive suits are the cups and the pentacles. The whole thing is learning restraint. The wands, you have to learn restraint. I've got that down pat. You might think you have that down pat too, Aries. For your team, for your secret society, for your organization. I just can't believe you guys are really waiting on my fall when it's not going to happen. Of course I bleed. Blood is essential for life. If I couldn't bleed, I wouldn't be able to get what gets ingested through my mouth, because I wouldn't be able to get it out. There's got to be a way to get it out. And sometimes, it's painful. Unfortunately. But does that mean you can make me bleed? No, you're not the King of Swords. You might be able to bruise me. I've had a black eye before. King of Wands, Fives, or Aries. You might be able to bruise me. I don't think I've ever fought an Aries. Like fist fought an Aries. I'm not scared of you, Aries. Oh shit, the Emperor. The Emperor is right underneath the King of Wands. So we got the Emperor is all four kings. And he just came out and stuff like that. And the Ten of Cups. Goddamn. After I just said, and there's a couple cards away is the Ace of Wands, but just leave them there. Nah, the person who makes you bleed, Three of Swords. The person who makes you bleed is the King of Swords. Sticks and my mom used to beat me, used to abuse me and stuff like that. I got taken by Department of Children and Families, but I told her once when she was when she hit me and stuff like that, I was like, sticks and stone. One of the first things I said in defiance to her was, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. An Aquarius said that, me. And that was before I really knew astrology and stuff like that. I was like, maybe I was under 10 years old. I was between 5 and 7 years old. The sword will never hurt me. There's my mother used to call me stupid. Stupid little boy, but I felt something, I could tell you that. But I definitely felt something, but was it pain? No, I don't think so. I mean, I felt emotional. There was emotion there. Sorrow, maybe. I wept. My heart wept. It bled a little. But no, it didn't change me. Didn't alter me. Aries, stop listening to these tarot readers that tell you you're the Emperor. You're not. That's Cancer's placement anyway. That's ruled by Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. The Aries symbol, it's the water cooling your ass down. It's the orgasm cooling your ovaries down and stuff like that. It's water sitting down on that hot ass, cooling that off. So it's It's Cancerian energy, actually. It's 4. Just go in order. It's not hard to believe. It's just go in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Cancer is the 4th zodiac sign. But yeah, this is coming to you from the Emperor. The Emperor of the Age of Aquarius is an Aquarius. Sun sign Aquarius. That I can tell you is not a placement that is shared. That is not, no matter your placement, it's going to be a sun sign Aquarius. So no matter where else your Aquarius placement is, and I'm telling you it's an Aquarius because it's me. I'm the Emperor of this era. Stick around a decade. You'll see. It's going to go by slow, but stick around. You'll see. My destiny number is 3. That's the Empress. My destiny is to marry the Empress. Hence making me the Emperor. Making me a father. 10 of Pentacles. Or 10 of Cups. Oh. 10 of Cups. Right behind the Emperor. My family. With the Queen of Swords. I said I would roll dice, so I will, not in this video, but in my trailer video. Damn. We got 80. We got 1. We got, what is that? I don't know if that's 9 or 6. I don't know if they look damn near exactly the fucking same. It's hard to tell, but we have 2 9s or 2 6s. I don't know if the line underneath it means, but they both have a line underneath it, so let me see. Eight. This is a 9. This is 9-sided. And this is 8-sided, so this is a 6. So we got a 9 and a 6. 9 was mentioned earlier. 5 of Pentacles plus the Ace of Pentacles is 6. We have a 4. And this dice is weird because this dice is weird because it's a triangle. Or pyramid, or however you want to say it. But you can see all sides of it. But 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't want you to live past 80. I don't need you that long. I don't need you much longer than that. 4 for the Emperor, that was shown. 1 for the Magician. 1, 2, 3 for the 3 of Wands, that was out. Put 1 on Magician cube. It's so hard. I'm not going to sit here and encourage you to support me. It's so hard for me to do that because you get nothing out of it. And is that the best thing for your free will? I mean, no, but like, I mean, you're not better off working off with the Illuminati. I would just say it's not going to, I mean, it's just not going to redeem your soul. It's not going to condemn it either. You're already condemned, but 80 years is a long time. No matter how long you live, that's a long time. Too goddamn long. You can see it's going to take till 40 to really see results. Damn. Some might say, you know, it should have started at 20. I was accumulating, so I haven't decided which dice go with which days of the week yet. Sorry about that, Aries. I'll figure that out or something like that. There's 7 dice, so I should associate. I'll look up the internet, see on the internet, and see if there's already an association. But it's hard to choose. What are you going to do, Aries, with your free will? How are you going to respond to this? I've been single 6 years. Since me and the Queen of Swords parted ways. I've had sex 2 times. 2 different people. Since then. No. 3 different people. It's written down. Yes, I made the effort to write down the people that I've slept with, to keep, or kissed, and to keep track of it all. Four people. It's not going to get much higher. It's not going to get higher than that. Sorry. Number 4. Number 4 on the dice. been a long time, 6 years. I had to go through it and stuff like that, but they weren't all one night stands. Only one of them was, really, out of the 4. Comment below. Tell me what you want, Aries. I don't know that. I can't see that in the cards. Other than the obvious, which is the riches of the world and probably what you know you sacrificed to get it. Redemption of soul. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get that. You're not going to hell. You're not going to heaven. You're not going to purgatory. That's all getting done away with. Like you're gonna be, and you're gonna go to sleep. That's what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna go to sleep and you're never gonna wake up again. Your consciousness is gonna be gone. Your spirit gone. For those of you who don't believe in a soul, for those of you who are atheists, well, I guess you get your wish. That's probably why people are atheists. They looked into the future and saw, like, yeah, this guy is really gonna make sure that none of us have heaven. None of us have, paradise. Like, it's just not gonna happen. You don't deserve it. That 10 of Pentacles is really coming out strong. But what is, resources? I know that much. Resources. I'm just so, like, I read the comments. I don't usually comment on the videos. And sometimes if they ask, like, I don't usually claim readings, but they're like, if they word it the correct way, sometimes I'll comment. Like, if the tarot reader words it the correct way, or the channel message gets worded the correct way, and they say, like, comment 77 below, to not to claim, but to, I don't know what word they'll use, to align with the energy and stuff like that, or something like that, then I'll put it. But I don't usually comment, and I just read the comments, and everybody wants to be fucking chosen. Everybody, I'm chosen, like, I'm this, I'm that. Everybody just wants to be, like, Chosen for fucking what? Is that what the Illuminati... I mean, yeah, obviously, that's what the Illuminati tells you all. You're all special fucking snowflakes. Chosen for what? You not him. You not him. You not him. Leo, you not him. Scorpio, you not him. King of Pentacles, you not him. Aquarius, the one why you not him. I don't care that your Ophiuchus placement is in the 5th house, possibly. Mine is in the 4th. I don't like Aquarius any more than the rest of you. But I love being in Aquarius. I'm in love with my destiny, with my purpose. Only Aquarius I mean, there's Christian Bale and J. Cole are the two famous Aquarius I can think of off the top of my head, but they not him. They're corrupt. The Ace of Swords isn't out here, but the only reason you other 3 kings can look at me as an Aquarius, and the only reason you know I'm an Aquarius is because I fucking told you, and not the only reason you know I'm Aquarius other than me telling you is because the fucking Illuminati presided over my goddamn birth, and you guys are aware of everything. So you know exactly who was born, when they were born, where they were born, and stuff like that. So the only reason you can say I'm not him, or in the comments below, is and say I'm not the emperor of the age of Aquarius, is because you've met corrupt Aquariuses. You've met Aquariuses who aren't him, who have Aquarius, even other sun sign Aquariuses and stuff like that. They not him. The 4 of you, you're not him. You're not him. I'm tired of people on videos and stuff like that saying I'm him. I'm him. No, you not him. You not him. I'm me. M-I-H. I'm me. I'm me. And I'm doing away with all the current kings. All 4 suits. I'm doing away with all of you. I might say there might be people who can rehearse lines and speak words, but none are better with the sword than I am. None. And a sword's here to execute. None are better than me at all 4 suits, to be completely honest with you. I've got what it takes. But the sword is definitely my propensity, my specialty. Let me see. I'm resourceful. I'm spiritual. Without being a goddamn drug addict or using drugs to or being a manipulator. The King of Cups is a fucking manipulator. I'm not a slaver like the King of Pentacles, and I'm not abusive like the King of Wands. I don't look to put on so much fucking muscle and get with girls who make me look bigger. But more than that, I do have a disease. Well, I have one sexually transmitted disease, oral herpes, HSV1. I'm not sure who gave it to me. I don't care that 80% of the population allegedly has it. I'm not sure who gave it to me. I just know I got tested after a sexual experience, an encounter. I saw an outbreak. I got concerned, so I got tested and found out I had it. I don't have HSV2, genital herpes, but I have acid reflux, GERD. So those are the two diseases I have. And then I have my mental disorder and stuff like that. My body count is a little too high right now, but I'll catch up. So I would say this one is the only one that I've got some catching up to do. And I wouldn't say I was a hoe. I was a lover. I wanted to be intimate with people. I was up until high school. Up until 8th grade. I started young, so up until 8th grade, all my girlfriends had broken up with me. You might say, you know, I was too young to really be called a girlfriend, stuff like that. And I mean, I knew what I was doing. You know, I was like, I knew what I was doing, but like I knew what I was getting into. I believe they knew what they were getting into. So, you know, they just showed they liked other boys other than me and stuff like that. But, you know, we kissed and stuff like that. I don't come from my father's a pretty resourceful person, but he's also a criminal. So he's able to bounce back on his feet pretty well, but he gets into a lot of trouble. There's no Aquarius in my family, like, or my immediate family. I don't have, except my cousin. My cousin is February 14th. My cousin is Aquarius, but yeah, all 4 kings are here. And all 4 of you got to get taken out. Aries, I'll tell you this. I wasn't going to say this, but where are we? Yeah, I'm going to, Aries, I'll tell you this. You're one of my chosen. It won't be anybody currently living, but Aries is one of my chosen. I chose the Knights. Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and very like Libra, Aries, Capricorn. Who am I missing? Sorry, throwing a blank. Yeah, I think it's Cancer. Yeah, Libra, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer. Those are my chosen. Not the kings. The kings won't be. The kings won't be. They're just not chosen. For what I have planned, I'll get more into it now. But I'll get more into it later. But I'm gonna conclude it there. As much as I could go on for maybe another 20-30 minutes. I tried to start with some general advice for those of you who might consider escaping the Illuminati or, breaking free from it or whatnot. I can tell you that if you take me seriously, and I mean that in the way where if you choose to support me, to help me achieve this 10 of Pentacles on Earth, because you guys got a head start on me. Well, not necessarily you got an earlier start on me. You started before I did. You have more access to resources than I do at present. But if you help me build my resources, if you help me strengthen my resources to the 10 of Pentacles, so that I can use that to get my Queen of Swords back. Or at least to execute action on the four kings that hold this system together. The other signs too, but mostly the four kings. I feel comfortable starting with the fixed energy, with the fixed signs. This is a battle over the world. This isn't about souls. I don't want souls. That was for the Illuminati. That's how y'all thought you were going to win, by having, you know, a whole team with you. No. This is about one person. Me. This is about my world, which is the world you share. We don't all just live in our own world. We live in one world, but it's mine. There's nothing I can really give you. I don't want to give you... There's nothing I can give you on this earth that you would appreciate with how much you've already been given. Nothing that you would cherish, I should say. Because it's going to be taken from... I mean, you're going to leave it behind anyway. I'm not going to give you... I'm not going to give you longer life. I'm not going to give you longer life. These are actually the cup, the Holy Grail, the cup of youth, so to speak. The Holy Grail, which is supposed to give life. We just got water at the end of it with the moon card too. Secrets, the Ankh supposedly representing life and stuff like that. This being about your lifespan. Well, your physical health. I'm not gonna give you the secret to immortality. I'm not gonna do that. I don't need friends. I'll be cordial. I'll make Facebook friends and stuff like that, but like 75 years is long enough for you guys to be useful to me. And then shortly after that, you'll die. I'll leave it to the system to weed you out. You know, I won't focus energy. I'm not going to, don't worry about me trying to shorten your lifespans or anything like that any more than they've already been cut off and stuff like that. It's already been established. But, I'd be curious to see what questions you have. I'm good at answering questions. Get me to enough subscribers, and I'll start pulling angel and demon cards for you, as well as chakra cards and some oracle cards. I can get angels to do work for you. Angels and demons to do work for you. More so than the Illuminati can. If this is a power game and stuff like that, like, I haven't really, I've called on angels a little bit ever since I got like a grimoire, and started to look at the like greater and lesser key of Solomon and whatnot. But I haven't done extensive work with them because I don't really need to. I don't like to. I can do things on my own. I can work on my own. But that's freed the angels up to be the angels and demons to be used by many other people, but they're due to the ultimate power, they're forced to operate through our desires, wants, likes, and needs. So if you need angelic and demonic help to get free of the Illuminati, I can give that to you. But how will that look? See, again, they can't really do anything. They operate through people. And I have no allies. I can't tell you that I can make make other people do anything. But what I can do is give you a spirit you lack. An emotion you lack. If you look up the definition of emotion from the Oxford Language Dictionary, there's an app for it. If you look at the definition of emotion and you really study it, you'll see that you can't have emotions without other people existing. You can't really have, by definition, you can't really have your own emotion. Like a feeling is, you only feel because there are other people. There are, so I don't project my emotion or my spirit into other people. I don't project my emotion. Soul and spirit are a little different. It blurs between air and water, but air is all about conceptual things and thoughts. The spirit is the extension of the soul. It's like the radiation of the soul. So the sword of the spirit is like spiritual thought. It's emotional thought. It's thought blended with emotion. It's not only conceptualizing something, but what's the word I want to use? Not feeling, although that is a water word. Not emotion, although that is a water word. Not empathy, although that is a water word, because that all connects back to the same source, emotion, stuff like that, which can only be done because of other people. Maybe intuitive, but that's not good enough. It's conceptualizing it and intuiting something, but I can give you a spirit, an intuition. I can help you intuit. I can give you an intuiting that you lack, one that the Illuminati hasn't given you. Enough for you to have the spirit to go against them and carve out your own resources. Depending on how much you've done with them and for them, they could take your life. I'm not going to tell you they wouldn't. Could involve blood. It could be painful. You really have no incentive to do it. They have the resources to get rid of people and not be imprisoned for it. I don't. So I can't really rescue you from that. Do I believe God's going to make a bullet bend backwards or something for you if it gets shot at you? No, not really. So what can the angels and demons do for you, really, if they need to operate through people? And the only person that I can almost guarantee they'll operate through is you. That still leaves you alone, just as alone as me. And depending on how much karma you've accumulated, you might die. You might die. But if you don't die, that's a big if. You get your freedom back. Which might seem useless to you now at this point. Because you've been in servitude for so long. It can't undo the drugs you've taken, the manipulation that you might have done. It can't, it can't fix your body count. It can't, it can't change. It can't fix your body count. Oh, I don't know why I put the moon. Swords is all about acceptance. And that's a hard thing to do. Especially, when you've committed yourself to the Illuminati. I wouldn't say to a way of life, to the Illuminati, to the Masons, to your fraternity, to your sorority. When you have no future, you have no future. All you have is a present. All you have is this world. You have no future being heaven. You have no heaven. Like, there's no hell either. But the fun stops. It's going to stop for you. I can feel the reverberating message, like them, like me. I wouldn't necessarily say I derive enjoyment from it. I mean, I don't dislike it. I'm doing it for a reason. I'm called to it. I think the hardest part about this is just knowing that I'm talking to the converted. I'm talking to the people who won't be here 100 years from now. There's 8 billion people on the planet. That's just a lot of people to get through. That's a lot of people to get through. I'm not sure how many, and Jesus, 75, living about 75, 80 years, for them living 75, 80 years, a long time to deal with people. It's a long time to talk and not change your mind on anything. It's a long time, and to not, to have one set path, and I guess to just, it's a long time. I'm not sure if it'll always be enjoyable. I wouldn't call it fun, but I'm not sure if I'll have the same passion for it as, but I don't see why it would fade, because I guess because the message stays the same. There might be a little bit of variety, but because I interpret the same thing, because the spirit is the same for me, that can be, I don't know what word I want to use, bland. That could be bland. But nothing satisfies me more than getting rid of you, than getting rid of the 4 kings. I'm not really big on getting the young, the knights, and the pages or the professionals. I get rid of the kings and they'll crumble. The rest will be easy. I like to go after the hardest part first. I wouldn't say, the hardest, but the most fixed side first. Just take the pins right out from under you. Take the pins out,